Hey guys, Brian back with you from the Horror Experience, continuing on with sci-fi series. Now, I just did a short regarding the original Outer Limits from 1963 through 1965. I bought this many years ago. I think this was actually the very first DVD release of the series. It comes in these little things here. They are sadly double-sided discs. That's the only thing I didn't like. I don't know why this is selling for so much. I know it did go out of print for a while, and it actually got all the way up to like $300 for this used. And then they reprinted it. But the original release, the one that's the gold colors like this one, there's one that I think is blue. Now that's the new release. That's the new reprint. But this was the original release. Now this one's still selling for quite a bit. The cheapest I'm finding it is like 79 or something like that, and then I've seen it all the way up to 150. But mine's used. I've had it for many years. You can see I've watched it, so it's cut shelf wear from going in and out, in and out. But it's a fun series. I really loved it. Like I said, I own the Twilight Zone, and I always loved the Twilight Zone. But but I thought this was better. Maybe it's because it was more horror, And of course, I loved Night Gallery, which was after the Twilight Zone, probably because it was more horror than the Twilight Zone. But I did love the Twilight Zone. Don't get me wrong. I never did check out the reboot of it. But anyway, now this is the reboot of the Outer Limits, which came out in 1990. I think it was 95 or 95. 95 through 2001, the series ran. It ran quite a while, surprisingly, but this was well produced. MGM put this out. Sex and science fiction. So basically, what I did, rather than buying the whole series, which I probably will eventually, I just haven't done it. It's been on my list for. It's. I've got a list on Amazon and a list actually on paper that's longer than this room. I mean, it. And it just gets lost in the crowd. Just forget about it. So it hasn't been a priority, I guess. But I've got these. And what they did is they took selections dealing with this particular subgenre here, sex and science fiction. So this is like sexy science fiction. You can see the artwork there with the female sitting there on the bed, looking cute. So basically, with that theme, they've released 6 episodes from that theme. Probably from all seasons. Anyway, it was very well produced. I did pick up a bunch of these. I picked up 6 of these. Now this one here is called Fantastic Androids and Robots. So this one here obviously is dealing with that theme. So what they did is they took 6 episodes dealing with robots and androids. And, the special effects was, upgraded, obviously, from the original. The original used a lot of piece of plastic coming off here. I bought these used at a local music store that's still in business, and they're still selling movies and stuff. Rasputin Records, look them up. They're online. You can buy online no matter where you're at. I don't know if they ship internationally, but I do know they ship. They do take orders from anybody in the United States. I know that for a fact. And they carry a lot of rarities. Sometimes they're not exactly the cheapest in the world, but anyway, they had all of these. So basically, I got I got like 42 episodes, I think, something like that. And I think they did I think there was like well over 100 episodes in the whole series, but anyway. All right, and this one is Time Travel and Infinity. Another 6 episodes. These were pulled from 1996 through 2001. So what they did is they took episodes from each of the seasons, or a selection of the seasons. They took some selections. And they're fun. A lot of fun. Like I said, the effects were upgraded. The Outer Limits used a lot. The original series used a lot of animation and but it looked great. It was black and white, obviously. So when you used animation with black and white, it's hard to tell the difference. When you're using color, you can see it. You can tell it's animated. But this next one was Aliens Among Us. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. These are great episodes. Hour each. The original series ran 49 episodes, so you get 49 hours, basically, of the series. At least I think that's what it was. Oh, I am so blind, I can't even see any of that. I can't see what the run time is. I'm pretty sure it's it's up there, probably about 49 hours or so. When there's nothing wrong with your television set, do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. They did the same thing with the reboot, except it was upgraded. They added some the opening was different. It was just they used the same lyrics, I guess you could call it, the same lyrics as they did with the original. They just changed the opening was just, the visuals were different, but it was fun. It was great stuff. You can see how old these are getting too. I mean, these have been, I hardly watch these, and they've been sitting around, and I needed to clean, because I'm right in the middle of still cleaning some of my shelves, and when you've got 3,500 plus movies and series and that kind of thing, things get dirty, and you just have to continually be cleaning all the time. And this one here was Death and Beyond. So they took episodes from 1995 through 2001. And this one was called Mutation and Transformation. So anyway, that was and I don't know whether to be honest with you, I haven't even bothered to look, but I just picked up what I saw there on the shelf at the store. And they had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they had 6 of these, and and they just take a theme, and then they just picked episodes out that match that theme from the series. And this, of course, is the reboot series that ran from 95 to 2001, which was a long run, a lot longer than the original series. The original only ran 2 years, which was too bad, because it was really great. Twilight Zone ran 5, although, the Outer Limits spawned a lot of that stuff, a lot of those series, including the Twilight Zone and X-Files and, all the alien stuff. Even though the Twilight Zone really didn't get too much into the heavy sci-fi, it was really more of just kind of a just strange, really psychedelic stories, that were more kind of paranormal, other dimensions and that kind of thing. You didn't deal with a lot of alien activity. There was some, but anyway, so that was The Outer Limits. The original from 1963 to 65, and then the reboot from 95 to 2001. Both are great to have in your collection if you're collectors. I would get the original series in its entirety, but it's not cheap. It's about $100 and something bucks for it. It's a big, pretty good size set. But I figured, I'm happy with this. I get a nice taste of it, and I don't watch it enough to. I don't know that I really need to have the whole thing, but I've got. The thing is, when you collect like me, this stuff takes up a lot of room, and when you buy these big series and stuff, that it's a big ass box. Like I've got Gunsmoke on the way, which ran 20 years, and that's a big, huge set. And I don't even know where I'm going to put the damn thing, to be honest with you. I have nowhere to put it. It's just going to be, I've just got to figure out something. I'm going to have to clear off the top of that shelf or something up here, and get rid of some props or something so that I can set it up. It's just another thing that'll be sitting there collecting dust. But I love Gunsmoke, and I mean, it's one of my favorite. I love westerns also, so I'm not just horror sci-fi. I do like a lot of things. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and continue on with more sci-fi horror series here when I come back. We'll see you in a bit.